So I have an idea how we could all be helpful in that, which is there's
Yeah.
something called a future search conference. And I'd have to go back and look at what all the different parts, but they're often large group or community conferences. And you first have a number of talks about what are all the different, so someone could talk about that, and then someone else might talk from a different perspective. And you see, you're trying to get the different pieces of the puzzle represented on the map. And then it goes back and there's discussion times at the tables, and the tables usually have about 8 people per table, or it's like 7 or 8, like however many that you can remember the names of the people around the table in a small group. And so, but then they did max mixed groups. So there might be groups from particular communities that would be together, or a group from a particular profession. So maybe there's builders or farmers or school teachers or university professors, whatever you're in your group. And you can decide when you design the event, and then people think from their perspective. If you're a city council person, what do you do? If you're a professor, what do you do? If you're a farmer, what do you do? If you're a firefighter, what do you do? Anyway, so they all come up, and then they all come up and they say into the group what their profession's perspective is. And then everybody goes back, and then there's like mixed match groups where you're at a table where there's each person is from one of those different kinds of professions. And then you often have groups where you're with people from the different professions. And the goal is to get the future search that incorporates the whole, to be able to see your own, bring your own perspective, but begin to see the other perspectives, and then begin to brainstorm into the new possibilities. So then there might be lots of different futures that are brainstormed, and people might pick a few of them and then take and work on those. And it's a multi-day event. To say what are the different solutions. The solutions might be, and so if you would pick that the issue is this city or this area, that people are going to have everything destroyed within the next 30 years. Should they move? Should they find some new building technologies and use those? Should they, if they move, do they move all together, or do they all go to where they have other cousins or families and aunts and uncles, and they split up the community, but they find another way to stay in touch? I don't know. So you just could figure out, you could use that as an example to do a really interesting